What's popping, gang? We about to get into this crazy video, man. I just seen on TikTok, man. Um, I'm not even finna do no explaining, man. I'm pretty sure y'all can see what what the caption says right here on the picture that's behind me. I mean, in front of me, excuse me. Story time. My niece's husband cheated on her with my sister, her mom. Let's jump into this one. This should sound crazy. What do y'all be finding these chicks who got these moms who be wanting to give their daughters' boyfriends the time of the day? Like, I ain't never had that experience, man. Y'all comment down in the comment section if y'all ever had that shit happen to you. This is crazy. Let's jump into it though.
Story time on how I became the bad person because I told my niece that her husband had cheated on her with her mom, which is my sister. Okay. I tend to talk a lot, so I'm just going to try my very best to keep it to the point because it's a lot of juicy stuff. So, this was like 5 years ago because I was pregnant. We went to Lake Chelan, rented some jet skis, and we were all just having like a family gathering. My mom had adopted my niece, so we grew up kind of like sisters. And then my sister, which is her mom, she is my sister. We were we were all supposed to be cool. Everybody was drinking. I don't want to say it was like, oh, everybody was drinking, but they had beer and they were having some drinks, right? So this was towards like almost towards the end of the night. Obviously, I'm pregnant, so I have to go pee every 5 minutes. And my niece was sitting at the bench, and I'm like, "Hey, I'm gonna go to the bathroom." My sister wasn't there, and neither was my niece's husband. So I walk over, and as I walk over towards the bathrooms, because there were like it was a picnic table, you have to walk. You know, when you're at a lake, you have to walk kind of far sometimes to get to the bathroom. Okay, so I walk over to the bathrooms, right? And the bathrooms are facing the opposite side, so we're like on this side, so you couldn't see anything. As I walk up to go to the bathroom, I see my sister like this, holding on to my niece's husband, her daughter's husband, holding on like this, and they were kissing.
Wait, bro. That had to be crazy. What type of husband is gonna be tucked off somewhere at the same in the same vicinity as his wife though? At a goddamn family gathering, kissing on the mom like they just in a relationship, or they just in a full polygamous relationship with the daughter and the mom. But that'd be a crazy spin though. That'd be a crazy spin if the mom and the daughter knew that the husband was in this type of relationship with both of them, and they both agreed. That'd be a crazy little spin to it though. But let's keep it going.
Mind you, my sister's like in her 50s, and he's like in his maybe he's barely 30, probably. I didn't know what to do. I was really scared because I know that when you are the one, I didn't know what to do. Like I was really scared. I'm pregnant. I don't know what to do. All these thoughts ran through my head, but I know that my loyalty was with my niece and I had to tell her. So I actually walked up there, as I'm walking towards them, I was like, wow, wow. And I just started shaking my head and they stopped. They immediately stopped. They immediately stopped. And I was like, wow. So, like,
Hey, why couldn't they just save that shit for a day when it was just them two? Like, why couldn't they just leave and cat off? On a day where they met up somewhere. Even though I'm not condoning it, I'm just saying why they didn't just leave somewhere, meet up, and then do all the shenanigans. Why the hell they wait till all of the family gather together, don't know who's gonna come towards them restrooms? Like, what the hell sense did that make? They was bold with that shit. Lil bro said, "I'm finna get this." Shit, he in his late 20s. Shit, he felt like the man. He had the daughter and the mama. Ah, man, I want to see how the mom look. I want to see how the mom look, cause man, I guarantee you, she had to be a bad little joint. Gotta be a bad little joint. Let's keep going.
the men's bathroom and then the women's bathroom. They're like right next to each other. You just have to go this way or that way. I didn't know what to do. Like I didn't know what to say. I was just like, wow, wow. And then I went in the bathroom, my pregnant butt. I had to go pee. So as I'm going pee, I'm like, what do I do? What do I do? What do I have to do? And I knew right away that if I were my niece, I would want to know. I knew I had to tell her. So I didn't know how I was gonna do that. So I come out of the bathroom, right, and they're out there already. And I went ahead and told, I call him my nephew because he's like my nephew. I went and told him, I said, either you're going to tell her or I'm going to tell her, which meaning my niece. I was like, you're going to tell her or I'm going to tell her. And he was like, I'm gonna tell her, I'm gonna tell her. And then my sister, she's just all mad, like she's just all like, oh no, at this time she's quiet, right? She's like really quiet. And I tell him, and then they're walking away, and then he's walking away, like away from the area where everybody's sitting down. And I'm like, nah, you're gonna tell her, or I'm gonna tell her. But and I was like, I didn't want to tell her. I didn't know how to tell her, but I knew what the right thing to do was. Anyway, so I see that he's not trying to go towards her, and we're not about to wait till later tomorrow. So I said, hey, and I yelled out her name. And I was like, what's his name? Wants to tell you something. But the look on my face, like she could tell something was wrong. And I was like, he has to tell you something. So he was over here, and then my sister was over there, just like standing there, like hanging out. Like, how can you do that to your own daughter, bitch? Anyway, my niece walks over, right? And she was like, hey, what's going on? And I was like, tell her. I was like, tell her. And he wouldn't tell her. So I was like, I just walked up there and I saw both of them kissing. And she was like, you can see like the heartbreak in her face. Like it was so messed up. I hate that I had to do that. But like, would you have done that? Would you have told your family member or like somebody that you're loyal to? I mean, it was like my niece, her mom, which is my sister, and her marriage. Like and that's her daughter. Like that's a very serious thing. Anyway, this whole thing happened. We're like far away from home too, and we all came in the same car, so it was pretty awkward. So he's upset. You can tell he feels guilty, but my sister didn't feel guilty at all. She didn't give two fucks. We were getting ready to go, and we all drove together. So she just gets in the car like nothing happened, right? Like she just gets in the car, but she's not saying a word. Like she's not saying anything. So they're not talking. They ended up not talking for a little bit, but then they were talking. And then my sister was mad at me, and she was telling, so her and her mom, and I told her, I said, that's your mom. Your mom's sick. If something happens to her, you're going to regret not talking to her. I'm still trying to be the bigger person, right?
No, fuck that. I mean, if some shit like that happened to one of you ladies' moms, or let's spin it around. Let's spin it around. If fellas, if y'all was messing with a chick, if y'all was married to a chick and she was in the bathroom kissing your dad in a whole separate relationship with your dad, how would you feel about the situation? Would you ever speak to your dad again? Would you ever, be able to have that type of relationship with your dad again? Especially when you invested, your time, and you know what I'm saying, your emotions, and you know what I mean, all of that into this woman. This is a somebody you married. This ain't no chick that you just knocking on the side. Like if Pops was to tap into something that I was just, having fun with, that's different. You know, uh but somebody you married is crazy. Y'all let me know what y'all would do in the comments.
But anyway, literally like a week or two later, they make up or whatever, and they're talking again. My niece is like, it's going to be hard, but, I'm trying to give her a chance because she's sick and blah, blah, blah. Tell me why I became the bad person in the story. My sister was telling her daughter, my niece, that she didn't want her to talk to me, that she didn't want to talk to me. She didn't talk to me again. Like she did not talk to me. Like she didn't want to be friends with me, nothing. Mind you, I had been supporting her a lot financially. Like I paid for her electricity.
See, man, that's what I was saying right there. Did the daughter know? I mean, cause she sounded like she was too comfortable with the situation. Like, how would you allow your mom to ever tell you anything after you find out some shit like this? Like, why would your mom have any influence on you after you find out she's doing this to you behind your back? Either the daughter is mentally ill, or she's just been manipulated and she's very gullible. I don't know. Let's keep it moving.
Because it was very high. Like I was there for her. Like I literally did nothing wrong to her. But anyway, yeah, so then my niece would be like trying to like split her time up because me and her were really close. She was like my best friend. And we were like really close. And yeah, I became the bad person in the whole fucking story because I told her and then they were acting all funny. Like my sister did not till this day, she still does not talk to me. And then I was like, what does she want me to do? Like not say anything, like keep their secret, you know? So anyway, yeah, I ended up being the bad person in the story and she was like, don't talk to her. If you really want to have a relationship with me, like don't talk to her. And I'm just like, anyway, what would you guys have done? Because I think I did the right thing, and I don't want to be with somebody like that anyway. Next thing my sister gonna do is try to kiss my husband.
That's facts. What would y'all do, man? Would y'all want to be around somebody like that? What would you do though if you found somebody that you knew were husband and wife uh kissing on, one of the parents or something, like, you know what I mean, kissing on the significant other's parent? What would y'all do? Would y'all tell them immediately, or would you force one of them to go tell the person who has been done to behind their back, or would you just mind your business, let it go, let them find it out? Because sometimes, and this is a lot of the time, the person who's doing the good deed by going to go tell the person that they love that this is happening to them are always the ones who's affected the most by it. You know what I mean? People will stop dealing with them, stop talking to them, don't trust them. You snitches get stitches, man. That just be what it is. Sometimes you gotta let people find out what they need to know on their own and just stay out of it, because sometimes they might think you making it up, or they might think you just being jealous. They might think you didn't see what you thought you seen. It really ain't like that. They just good friends or whatnot. But what would you have done, man? I don't know. I really don't know. If it was my bro, if it was my brother or my niece or nephew, I think I would tell her. She did the right thing. You just lose people that shouldn't be in your life anyway.